going, everyone? This is part 2 of the garage setup, I guess you could say. Today I wanted to go over some of the new stuff I've gotten since the first garage setup video. And then secondly, I want to build some workbenches. So should be fun. Let's go ahead and get into it. First things first, I think I want to go over everything new that I've got since the last video. When I did the last video, I really just had these 2 shelves, which by the way, I still don't have most of my parts that are from my parents' house. Still don't have most of that stuff here yet. But the biggest, newest thing I bought was this Craftsman toolbox. I actually got this like half of what it retails at off of someone on OfferUp, and it was brand new, unopened. So super happy about that. I got this a couple weeks ago. I have a lot of my tools set up here. Most of the stuff you guys saw in previous videos, a lot of it's mostly, you know, empty. It's definitely not filled to its capacity yet or anything. This is new, however. I got a mechanic work light. This is the exact same one that my dad had. I think I actually got it for him for Christmas a couple of years ago, so I decided to get the same one for myself. Well, technically it was a Christmas gift, but yeah. Got a bunch of extensions and stuff temporarily stored in there, and then down here I've just got like hammer, a couple other random little things. So I obviously have the jack set up and working. I believe I showed that in the last video. I've used it like 3 or 4 times now. It seems to be working pretty well so far, so happy with that. I also just got some jack stands for Christmas, so that's nice. 4 new jack stands. Literally have not touched them yet, so they've just been sitting right there. I also just picked up this. This was another Christmas gift here. This is just an overhead 30-foot extension cord. Very useful, so it just screws into the ceiling, and then you have 30-foot extension cord. It just will probably get hung up like right here maybe, because the plug's right there. And yeah, that really highlights all the major stuff. So what I want to spend a majority of this video doing is fixing a mistake I made, and then secondly, building this second workbench. So if you're like me, and you normally drive automatic cars, like I pretty much haven't been driving the Turbo X at all. I drive the Arc every day pretty much. So I got in the Turbo X to start it up, take it for a quick little drive, just to keep the battery charged and everything about a week ago. So I started it up. I was gonna get out of the car, let it warm up while I went inside, grabbed my wallet and stuff. And I let off the clutch. The car was in first gear. I didn't know that. And it jumped forward about 2 feet, and it slammed into this workbench. So thankfully the part on the car that was hit was actually my plate. So it bent the plate. I actually took the plate off, kind of hammered it back straight, so the plate looks fine now. The car itself is perfectly fine, thankfully. Unfortunately, this workbench took the brunt of it. So you can see there are 4 4x4s, that's a lot of 4s, that are the base of this. And it hit this one right here, and it pushed it back. You can see it's no longer attached or even. So it broke this bracket. It also broke the rear bracket for that one back there. And then these 2 cross beams here also got broken as well. So it's still fine, it holds weight and everything, but I would really like to fix that. Now secondly, I have a frame for another workbench. So I actually just got back from Home Depot. I got some, I think it's called metamine. Metamine sounds like a hard drug, like ketamine. But jokes aside, this is some 3/4 inch, nice and thick. It should be perfect for this job. So I got a top cutout, which is 5 feet by 2 feet to match the size of that one. And then the bottom down here, this is a smaller piece, is 43 inches by 19 inches. So a little bit of a weird size, but it'll fit in this spot on these 2x4s going across. It'll fit on there perfectly. We've got our corner braces here, so I've got 4 of them. This is for the new workbench. We'll have 1 corner brace attached to each 4x4 here. And then I have 2 spare ones that I got to replace these. I also have some wood glue in case I need it. And then just a ton of wood screws. We've got a drill, some drill bits. So yeah, let's go ahead and get to it. I think the first thing I want to do is fix this one, or build this one I should say, so that way I can take all the stuff on this one and put it on here instead of just putting it on the floor. But the other sad thing this I guess you call it accident did was it broke my Tech 2 case. This got broken off right here, So this is no longer functioning as it should be. It also busted this one. So I had to figure out a way to fix my Tech 2 case as well. Very sad. Very sad. I was very frustrated with myself for doing this. But yeah, let's go ahead and pull this one out and we'll start working on it. I think first we'll start by putting this piece in. Just because I need to drill it straight down from the top. So I had them cut it a little bit smaller than what I needed just to be safe because I don't have a saw to cut it down more. So there's about a 1/2 inch, like a finger width of space on each side left over. So I need to do 1 more in the middle and then 3 along the back. And I'll catch up with you guys after that. So that's all set up now. Let's flip it over. We're gonna have to put the top down first, and then we can put the table on top of that, or the workbench on top of that. So I have 4 of these corner braces, and they also come with some nice short little screws which are going to work out very nicely because this is only 3/4 inch thick. So if I put that screw in even without the bracket, it's not going to go the whole way through. Now this really just needs to hold it in place. So I'm going to use these 2 short ones right there to attach it to the tabletop. Then I'm going to use, I'm going to guess these are like 1.5 inches long to go into the 4x4. Just that way it's in there a bit deeper. I centered it up the best I could. I measured it, it's about 4 inches from each side. I'd also in the future like to cut these corners so they're rounded, just like this one is right here. It'll be a little bit nicer. There's one completed. I'm gonna do that 3 more times off camera and then we'll be done. All 4 of the corner braces are on. That probably took a grand total of 10 minutes. So yeah, let's go ahead and flip it over now. See if I did anything wrong. Yeah, I'm really happy with how that turned out. That's pretty awesome. Now I have a secondary workbench / storage. It's just gonna go right back in that same spot right there. Now I gotta move everything over here to over here. Oh, that is a horrid noise. So now we can really get the extent of the damage here. So this is all nice and straight 90-degree angles, perpendicular as it should be, and then that clearly pushed in a good amount. On top of these 2 brackets, just getting absolutely destroyed. So I think I'm going to start by taking these old brackets out, and then we can hopefully straighten it all out, go from there. It's already trying to move, you can see that. It's really not wanting to come out. Oh, that's why. Yeah. Wow. This is bent. Very clearly bent. That's why it didn't want to come out straight. This one is very bent as well and is therefore giving me problems trying to get it out. As soon as I turn it just a little bit, it comes out of the hold of my screwdriver, but it looks like it's finger loose, so that's good. Yeah, 2 of those, wow, 2 of those are very bent. The power of the Turbo X on full display right here. Just be lucky it didn't stall its way into you. I was trying to get this piece back to where it should be. I think I just broke a bunch of wood glue in the process. I just took the 3 screws that were out of this piece of wood out. All 3 of them were very bent. You can see that one there, that one there. This one was probably the least bit bent out of them, but still very bent. So what I'll be doing is I'll be putting 1 in here, 1 down in here, and then 1 down in here to replace that one. This piece was actually lodged into this 2x4 right here. You can see the divot that it put into that. I mean, that's deep. Okay, there's that cross support fixed. That's awesome. We've got 2 more of these corner braces now, so we're just going to reapply these. Same exact strategy I used on the other one. Shorter screws for the actual tabletop, and we'll use the longer screws going into the 4x4. And this one really messed up this wood here, so I'm going to go a little bit further towards the back on that one just to avoid that whole area. If you guys want to know an update on the plates, I do have about 15 plates so far, but I have a list of people that have mentioned they'll send plates out, so I'm just kind of waiting for most of those to get in before that, so I'm sorry I can't do that in this video. I would love to, but it's kind of a waiting game, waiting on all of them to get here, and then I have more people hit me up, you know, every time I mention it. So I want to get it done, and it'll happen as soon as I can make it happen. But I'm really excited for that. That's going to be like the finishing touch. I have to say, I think this is one of the more satisfying videos I have ever made. So there you have it, guys. That's another update on the garage. I gotta move this the rest of this board, which I'll probably use. Honestly, it looks like I might have enough to even make another workbench, especially if oh, that's pretty cool. Anyways, I think if I cut this in half, this big piece, I probably have enough for another workbench. It won't be as big as these two, but who knows. For now though, this is plenty. Honestly, I wasn't even using this to begin with, but it's nice to have a place to put the jack stands now, and just more workspace or storage if I need it for the future. So if you guys did enjoy this video though, make sure to give it a thumbs up. I'm gonna move this back behind where the extra paint is for the house when they repainted it, but sun has already gone down. That's how long I've been making this video, probably 2 or 3 hours. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.